Hello, my lovelies. Just gotta get myself sorted here. Sorry. Just had my German live, so this is always a bit of a rush. Getting ready for the English one. So, hello, my friends. Hi, Sissy. So, hi, Minne. Wie geht's euch? So, hat Manni schon eine Bestellung bei dir aufgegeben? Guys, this is what we've just done in the German live. This is what it's about. Voodoo gel stain, mixing voodoo gel stain, blending voodoo gel stain, using it on raw wood, and using it on chalk mineral paints. So this is still not dry. If you wonder that this is just like a black patch in the middle, this is going to be like a chalkboard. Hi Vera. Bonsoir Michelle. Coucou. This is going to be a little chalkboard where you can write on there what's basically in this. What's it called in English? Can't remember. But this is basically what we're going to do now in the English life. Similar. Different colors. I set that to the side. Basically going to do the same thing. This is just like one of those, oh guys, forgot what it is in English. Crying out loud. What is it? Hang on. Magazine holder. Christ. It's a magazine holder. And this one I got at that furniture place, the Swedish one, you know, they have those. And we're going to... Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. How are you? I hope you're safe. I think US is, south of US, Florida area is just going to be hit by, what is it, a hurricane? Hi, Manhase. Okay, we are going to, this is a magazine holder we're going to pimp up. The front is going to be painted in chalk mineral paint, where we're going to do our custom mix, and the sides we're going to stain with the Voodoo Gel stain. Voodoo Gel stain is a water-based stain. It is gel, in a gel form. It's not quite liquidy, and it comes in some fun colors, as you can see here. Instagram can see all the bottles down here. Facebook and YouTube at the moment not. It has meanwhile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. 8 colors you can see here, and you can apply that on any porous surface. Yeah, it needs a porous surface, either raw wood or the chalk mineral paints, as the chalk mineral paints are or the terra clay paints, it works also, are open porous, and so it'll sink in. When you do it on the terra clay paints, you have to work it careful because it'll reactivate the paints. You know, with the chalk mineral paints, once they're dried, they're dried. That works nicely. So those are the fun colors, and the ones we're using now is Tobacco Road. We're going to use probably Temptress. We're going to use probably Denim. We're going to use Up in Smoke. Yeah, those are the ones we're going to use. Oh, the colors you don't see here is the Au Naturel. This is pretty new. This is like, well, almost like this wooden boxes. So the thing we're going to do now, you're going to see a little better how this is going to work. So you can apply the Voodoo Gel stain up to your taste. You can apply it with a brush. You can apply it with a sponge. You can apply it with a sponge brush. Dixie Belle's got those foam and dandy brushes in different sizes, which you can nicely use also for top coats. Works nicely. You can apply it with a cloth, whatever, you know. You can apply it with the Gator Hide sponge. You can apply it with the applicator pad. You can accent it using your finger, a chip brush. So versatile. Loads of things to do. Good. This is so scary. This is so scary. I mean, oh, you can actually see I've done a sample board for the Terra clay paints. I'm going to show you also with the different top coats now on there. I've used the wax, I've used the Terra Seal, and I use the Terra Tufts to show the difference of the colors. Just for, okay, I'm gonna catch my breath. That's good, Michelle. So scary. Okay, put my coffee in a safe area. So the first thing we're going to do, also on this one here, we're going to make a little chalkboard. The woody band ornament we're using for that is the 6007, which is this cutie, which has like this medallion in the middle, which is perfect for the chalkboard. And let go. Those wooden plates they come on, they are also heat resistance, and meaning you can heat those up on there. For those who don't know, woody bands are made out of wood dust, and they have all properties of natural wood, meaning you can sand them, you can drill them, you can saw them, you can sand them, you can break them if you have a fragile piece, obviously. But when you heat them up, they get nice and flexible. So you can basically bend them. That's why they're called woody bend, around any shaped surface. You apply them with a good quality wood glue. I use the Tide Bond. Oh, upside down. I use the Tide Bond Quick and Thick. I just set it upside down so that the glue is running to the bottom. So on any surface, basically. If it's wood, if it's glass, if it's plastic, and you always use the wood glue. So, oh, Nina's there. Hi, Nina. How are you? Guys, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if you watch replay, please put hashtag replay into the comments so I know that you've been there. And also when you have questions, then put them in the comments so that I can have a chance to answer them for you. Feel free. So you can heat them up either with a hairdryer or you can use a heat gun. I'm going to use a heat gun. I know it's not safe for me, but I only got it in middle temperature, so I'm not as much in danger of hurting myself. So with heat guns, you have to be careful, especially the front. It heats up very much. So, oops. So I'm laying it on that board and I'm just heating it up. So obviously the thicker areas need longer to heat up than the thinner areas. So and they need about the same time to cool down like they needed to heat up. This is the third generation. They keep the heat a little longer, so you can what do you say in English? They stay bendy a little longer than the first and the second generation. But they all work very nicely. So warming up the middle a little longer. So you could also put them on acrylic. So You see, that gets nice and bendy. Obviously, the middle, you know, needs a little longer to warm up, but for applying it on here, that'll be fine. So I'm just adding the wood glue on the back now. Just make sure you cover the whole back. You can use your finger, you can use a brush, whatever suits you. I'm going to use a brush for a change. And wood glue is, this one is water-based. I think I would say all wood glues are water-based. I don't want to say anything wrong, but the ones I'm working with, they are definitely water-based. So just put it generous on the back, and then you squeeze it onto your project. And every glue which is squeezed out on the sides, don't worry about it. You can always take it off with a damp cloth or with a baby wipe or anything. So nicely covered on the back. And now I'm going to apply it on here. Working upside down and not seeing anything. Let's see. Glue on my fingers. Glue on my fingers. So. Set straight. I think that's pretty much good. So I'm just squeezing it on here. And the excess glue, as I said, I'm going to take off. Is that baby wipe? As I said, you can use a damp brush also. Just going to put down here. This one I used before. That's just clean that. You don't need to worry. You won't harm the details of your ornament. It is water resistant, so it's not going to. So that's on, and now we're going to make our custom mix of color. Hi Jill, hallo Pia, schön, dass du da bist. Hi Tanya, how are you girls? How are you ladies? I hope you're all well. How's the weather in Switzerland, Pia? It is very cold over here, so you almost have winter. Almost have winter. So that's on. Already taped the sides because you see up here, because I don't want to have the paint go on the sides. We want to stain the paints. We want to stain the paints. Yeah, we want to stain the front, the sides. Oh my goodness. So custom mix color. Custom mix color. I'll put it on the side for now for drying. I'm going to use rustic red and terracotta to get like an autumny color. Oh my God. You in the area. Oh, I'm so glad you're safe. Oh my goodness. This is so scary. I mean, we are so lucky over here so that we don't have those trouble. So this, and I need that. So I'm going to mix half and half. I want to have like a color in between, like an autumny color, which I think is going to go nice with that the idea that I'm having. So this is, as I said, it is rustic red and terracotta. Beautiful terracotta color. So mix up your paints nicely. The chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle, they are water-based, VOC-free, got no smell to them whatsoever. But with water-based products, obviously, they can separate when they stand. So when they stand, when you have them standing a little longer, you may even wanna, let's see if I can make a mess. Even want to stir them up instead of just shaking. So this is just like from some cough medicine because I want to have about half, and it's got like a measurement of 15 and 30 milliliters. So I'm just going to do that. Oops. Loop, 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 loop. Loop, 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 loop. I'm going to clean the lids later. I'm going to keep you. I'm going to clean them later. Just closing it up for now so that it doesn't dry in. So terracotta the same. So terracotta, which is just like a terracotta color. Same thing. Just mixing it up. So, what would I do without my baby wipes? Okay, so now I'm going to, I can't stir that in that little cup. So I'm just going to put that in here. To stir that up. It's already got like an interesting pattern to it. I'm going to show you that. It's almost like a paint pour. Anybody of you tried a paint pour? I'm not, because I feel that's you waste so much paint, and something I'm so just get most of it out here. That's it. That's what it looks like now. Delicious, doesn't it look? It's gonna get such a nice, pretty, nuded autumn color. I think I want to have maybe, I don't think I did get all the rustic red out here. It's ever so pretty, isn't it? So I'm just going to add a little dash of rustic red. Tiny little bit. For my taste, there stayed too much. Actually, I'm going to use the paint out of the lid. That's about it. As I said, I'm going to clean the lids later on, so don't worry, I'm just making a mess and messing up the paints. So now we're going to paint the front of that piece. I'm just going to get those things out for now. Add it to the water. All the brushes I need in a minute close to me. All right. So this is pretty much dried now. Also, guys, if Instagram has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So as I discovered with the first one we've done in the German live, those things are very, very dry. So I'm giving it a spritz already before I apply the paint, and I'm giving my brush a spritz. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of autumn on here. Even I'm going to do like a chalkboard with that ornament. Isn't that pretty? That color. Do you like the color, guys? Would you do anything with that color? I'm giving it a first coat of it anyway on the inside. Stippling it around the ornament to make sure I get all the crevices. You could use a French tip type of brush to do that. So guys, this is one coat. Look at the coverage. I'm going to do 2 coats anyway, but this is only 1 coat. So I'm going to dry that quickly, making sure I'm not too messy at the moment. Using the hairdryer for now. If you work the paints, you should let it dry on its own. The Dankeschön, Sissy. Thank you so much, Sissy. The chalk mineral paints, one of their benefits is that they are self-leveling. Oh, there's too much paint in that ornament. They are self-leveling, meaning during the drying time or the drying process, the paints, the brush strokes will level themselves out. Obviously, when I come in with my heat gun, or if you use a hairdryer, you will interrupt this process, which sometimes can be wanted. I've just done a little hook board where I basically let the basically interrupted the drying process, and I stippled the paint on there. So that was basically the look I wanted to have. So second coat. But if you want to have like a smooth surface, just let it dry on their own and you're good to go. I'm going to make sure the ornament is covered. Got far too much paint there, but maybe I'll paint the thing from the inside. I haven't decided yet. I'll look all around. There's an edge I might have missed. So that's it. Got it. So there you go. All right. Let that dry a little bit before we continue. I can take this off now. that anymore. 2 coats is completely fine. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the Voodoo Gel stain and go from there. So, do you like that color? I think that's pretty. Pretty. So, just don't want to mess anything up when we lay that down in the middle. In a minute. Okay, now let's work with Voodoo Gel stain. I'm going to put that paint away before I drop it. And I'm going to wrap my brush into a baby wipe so that the paint doesn't dry in the bristles, because if it does, the paint, you get it back out. There we go. So that's that. Now, Voodoo Gel stain. As I said, we're going to do like a weathered, aged wood look. Thank you, Jill. A weathered, aged wood look. So I'm using Tobacco Road and Up in Smoke. And I'm not going to mix them with each other. I'm going to apply them at the same time, basically, to get like this aged look. So Tobacco Road is like a brown. I'm going to show it a bit closer. And it's got, like a jelly. I'm going to need more now that. Jelly consistency. It's not completely liquidy. Same thing. And they are water-based, as I said. So you can blend them nicely with each other. You can add some water if it's difficult, or if you have a feeling that it's not really mixing well with each other. Just add a little bit more water. It's got like a screw lid. When you open it up, you can basically squeeze that out. So those 2 colors we're working first on. You can see that running on there that I cleaned that plate before. I've used it before. There was still water on there, so that's the reason it looks like a little runny on there. So that's what we start with. And let's see, paint is not completely dry. As I said, you can apply it with the applicator pads from Dixie Belle. You can apply it with a brush. You can apply it, with a sponge or something like that. It works beautifully with the Gator Hide sponge also. I'm going to use sponge brush. Not sponge brush. I'm going to use a sponge brush. So that one. It is already damp. I'm just going to wipe it off a little. I've used it before while this is so dry. I'm going to give it a nice spritz on the sides here also with water, just to move that the gel stain a little easier. So I'm going to apply both colors on here. Firstly, just a little bit, and I see where it goes. If I go a little over the side, that's no problem, because I'm also going to use it on there. Grab a little more of the product. And you work it with the wood grain. You work it with the wood grain. And as I said, it needs a porous surface to soak into. You can come in and streak a little more the grunge gray, the grunge gray in there if you want to, just to give it like this aged look. Or you can get even darker in some areas. This is just up to you. So if you don't like it at all, you just grab like damp cloth, and you can wipe it off again if you need to. Obviously there's some already soaked into the wood, but like this you can still work it a little, you know. So don't panic if you don't like it at all. It's not like completely ruined. Take it back and you start again. I need a little bit more tobacco road. So don't be afraid to do something like that, you know. I mean, obviously you have to like it, and you can, you know, if I would use a little more water on there now, it would I could even take off more. But that's basically the look I'm going for. So if you want to have it stronger, you just can layer it. You can blend those colors nicely into each other. So streaks, some streaks in some areas, so it's not like can't see it. I want to have like this grayish look to it. I'm taking it to the side, the sponge brush, to get like some streaks on there, and then I'm just like moving the brush down. To do that until you like it. So that's basically the look I'm going for. This can dry now, and I'm doing the other side. I'm not laying it down now because otherwise I'll mess up the, so just don't want to get some. So same thing, I'm going to give that a nice, so it's nice and damp, and then I'm going to come in you can blend those nicely together. And this gray just gives it like this look like it's been laying in the sun for ages. Gray streaks in here. A bit more darker streaks. A little more tobacco road. I'm very generous tonight. And you see the full effect when it's dried later on. I want to have it irregular on there and not too think quite like that. So obviously once it's dried, it's going to be more difficult to take it up. Oops. Yeah, I may show you the back side here. I just didn't add any water, so this is not moving as easily over the surface. Still works. So there it goes. So now when we want to go in and age it a little bit. So now I made a complete mess on that plate. I'm just going to clean it off a little because I need some more colors. I want to have, see what I'm going to work in there. Thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet. And I think that goes nicely with the, with that autumny color. So now we're going to use Temptress and maybe some of the denim. Just add some of here. Temptress is a crazy. Are we thinking, why is she using Temptress? Temptress is such a pretty color. And denim is blue. Denim blue. Just to give it a little interest. It doesn't need to be all plain. And I'm going to need some more of the Tobacco Road just on there. Let's see. So I'm going to sit down for that. You can apply that with your finger. You can apply that with a brush. Whatever you want to do. Let's see if everybody can see. You can use a chip of, if I do it with a chip brush. You can see how irregular those is it, Michelle? All right, I didn't know. Because then you can get it on there really streaky. So I'm just going to pick up some of the Voodoo Gel stain. I'm just working it around the edges. And you can work it in with your fingers. I like working with my fingers. This gives it like just like a drippy, grungy, patina-y. See what the denim looks in there if I like it. If I like it. You see that? How easy you can, move that around and just give it just love working with that product. It's so much fun. So much fun. So, but I want to have a little bit more of the Temptress. That was a bit much. That was a bit much down there, but even so. Going to move that in a second. I have both colors on here now, but that's not that much of a problem. Just want to grunge up the I don't want to have it that bright. That was too much. I'm just taking some of that off. You can use gloss also. Paper towel. Paper towel. Just in the areas where it's too much. Or just add in a little more of the grungy can move that around just so easy. A bit more of the I love using that with my fingers. There's so much more control about it. So you see how this is like grunged and things like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Basically come in with my temptress first. Around the edges. I'm not having much of the product on here. You can work it in with your brush also. You see? It works also. Just going to get some of the denim in some areas. And you soften that down just by, I'm hardly touching the surface, guys. You know, this is so easy to blend. This is just basically if you feel you have too much in some areas, you just get in with the other. You see, this is just around the edges, giving it like this rustic look. And we're going to do the same thing up here. It is pretty much dry. And just to give it a little bit interest. So, temptress. Just around the, oops, just around the edges. As I said, the Voodoo Gel stain needs a porous surface. And the chalk mineral paints are open porous, so it works nicely on them. Again, using my finger just to smudge that into the paint. Can use a little more water. Make sure that you hit the surface with the water. That might help. And you get like this, like almost translucent aged effect. It's not as dirty like the wax or something like that. So, and I'm going to use it also around the ornament. I'm just using, paint is still wet there. Going to use a little of the tobacco road, I think, also. Just to grunge it. Oh, can you see what I'm doing? Sorry, guys. I'm highly concentrated on here, and not really. And obviously, as the color underneath is pretty dark, this is not as bright as you would have thought this would be. You would need to layer that. This little droopy effect. See what the tobacco road does here. It's just like, you see what it does? Oh. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sissy. So I'm just moving it in with my finger. Don't want to have it too regular. But I think that goes very, very nicely together. Just don't want to have it too clean looking. You see that? I just love that. Oh. Pia, das ist doch gar nicht so schwer. Musst du einfach mal probieren. Du kannst im Prinzip nichts verkehrt machen. Und wenn es nicht gefällt, halt tatsächlich einfach mit Wasser wieder runterholen. So now this is going to be a chalkboard at the end. So I'm going to use Midnight Sky, which is almost black. Also chalk mineral paint. And this is going to be added to the... This is going to be added to the... So that you can write with a chalk stick or anything like it on there at the end. Oh. Brush wasn't clean. Let's see. Where is my... Got the round brush there. Nobody moves. Nobody moves. There it is. In that artist brush set from Dixie Belle, or Bells and Whistles, which is like the artistic line from Dixie Belle, there's like this little angled brush, which makes it a little easier to apply that. Highly concentrated. I'm sorry, guys. Highly concentrated. So this is going to need a second coat, obviously, but just wanted to do that you basically see where this is going. So, my friends, that's the aged look on the sides of this one. And in comparison to the one we've done in the German life, which is a little more brighter and a little more mossy. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I'm happy that you've been with me. Let's see. Mess. Messy person. Bring it up. Up. See if you can see. Oh, it's throwing things. Grab my coffee. Any questions? Gute Nacht, liebe Vera. Schön, dass du dabei warst. Dankeschön. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Oh, it's almost now. So I'm so happy you've been with me. I hope you enjoyed that project. So good to see you again. Again, if you have any questions, feel free also to contact me. And for those who watch replay, just, for you the same, don't hesitate. If you haven't done it yet, guys, please leave me a follow. You may also sprinkle this if you feel I'm worth it. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Leave me a follow and a like. And I'm wishing you a lovely weekend. Wherever you are, stay safe. And I see you next week. Ta-da. Thank you for being with me, guys.